luggage factory. We make suitcases. The tank I work at is 6 foot deep, 8 foot square. In 40 seconds, you have to take the wet felt out of the felter, put the blanket on to draw out the excess moisture. Wait 2-3 seconds, take the blanket off, pick the wet piece up and balance it on your shoulder. Reach over, get the hose, spray the inside of this copper screen, turn around, walk to the hot, dry dye behind you. Take the hot piece and set it on the floor. Take the wet piece and place it on the dry dye. Push this button. Inspect the piece we just took off. Stack it. Count it. 40 seconds. In the summertime, the temperature of our workstation ranges anywhere from 100 to 150 degrees. I've taken thermometers and checked it out myself. I have arthritis in the joints of my fingers and naturally in my shoulder from balancing this wet piece. The hose will sometimes leak and spray back on you. The hydraulic presses leak, so you're just slipping on oil. You have the possibility of being burnt every time the wet piece hits that dry dye. You're just engulfed in a cloud of steam every 40 seconds. The tanks run 24 hours a day. I work 8 straight hours with 2 10-minute breaks and 1 20-minute break for lunch. I find it difficult to eat my lunch in that amount of time. 40 seconds. Granddad was a sailor, and he blew in off the water. My father was a farmer, and I, his only daughter. I took up with an no good millworking man from Massachusetts who died from too much whiskey and leaves me these 3 faces to feed. Millwork ain't easy, millwork ain't hard. Millwork most often is a goddamn awful boring job, and I'm waiting for my daydream to take me through the morning and put me in my coffee break where I can have my sandwich and remember it's me and my machine for the rest of the morning, for the rest of the afternoon, and the rest of my life. They can't keep men on the tanks. They say it's too monotonous. I think that women adjust to monotony better than men do, because a woman is used to doing 2 things at once, where a man can only think of 1 thing at a time. A woman can listen to a child while she's doing something else. It's the same way on the tanks. You get to be automatic in what you're doing, while your mind is somewhere else. My mind begins to wander to the days back on the farm, and I can see my father smiling at me, swinging on his arm. I can hear my granddad's stories of the storms out on Lake Erie, vessels and cargoes, fortunes and sailors' lives were lost. If my life has been wasted, and I have been a fool to let this manufacturer use my body for a tool, I get to ride home in the evenings, staring at my hands, swearing by my sorrow that a young girl ought to stand a better chance. And may I work this mill just as long as I am able, and never meet the man whose name is on the label. It's me and my machine for the rest of the morning, for the rest of the afternoon gone, and the rest of my life. gotta do. That's what you do.